I grew up listening to the Howard Stern show. Okay, and I have crazy stories, but one of the stories is I worked for Cablevision, Long Island Cablevision. In the morning, we all got our routes. We had about 20 workers. We'd go to a deli on Atlantic Avenue in Freeport. All the cable vans would line up together.
Oh, really?
And everyone had the Howard Stern playing. And when you were in the middle of a bit or in the middle of a story, nobody went in to get their breakfast until the story was over. You went to commercial, and all of a sudden there's a line to get breakfast.
And then you could look up and down, and everybody's laughing.
Everybody's laughing.
Same thing when you're on the expressway. You know, occasionally I'd be late. You know, and people would be yelling, "You jerk, get to work!" You know, and then all of a sudden he'd say something to insult me on the air, and I'd look around, and everybody's head is bobbing.
Yep.
That made New York a very, very. It made New York a village.
Yeah, United.
You know, which was so. And I don't know about you, but I get so nuts with the satellite radio and the internet radio and everything. But what happened in the old days where you went click,
right,
and boom, there was, you know, either 1010 wins with the news, or there was the Stern Show, or there was CBS FM with the oldies. It was click.
Right. It was so simple back then.
You know, yeah, and now we have all this great technology. So you need either a rocket scientist or a 12-year-old.
Right, take it in all different directions.
Figure it out.
So, yeah, it was like family. Like the Howard Stern show was like family. You were a part of my family, even though we never even met. You know, like, your laugh was contagious on the show. Every time you laughed, you know, I remember being up on a telephone pole hooking up cable TV. I couldn't feel my feet. It was freezing out. And I'd hear you laughing down in the van, you know, because I had the radio on. And it just kept me going, man.
I love hearing that. You know, I guess the statute of limitations is up. You know, when Cablevision first hit,
right?
I actually would go up the pole and take off. You know, they had a thing that would block HBO,
yes,
and block Showtime,
yeah.
And it was a really tough thing to unscrew them. It was not a regular. You had to do a whole deal with it. But I pulled those out, and for years I had those. They took like two barrels. It almost looked like a gun silencer.
Green and black.
Yeah.
and some people would drill the barrels out and put the wire through it, so from the ground it looked like people had.
Oh, I didn't even think to go to that show.
Drill them out.
I'm just figuring one day they're just going to arrest me.
Right.
You know, what are you going to do?